to make opening statement, and we'll take questions.
I'll tell you what, really pleased with how our guys came out there. You know, I thought we had a real good week of practice. Challenged them to come out there, play our best game, play with some great intensity for 4 quarters. Come out there, play hard. How hard could we play? And I thought we came out pretty solid in the first half and did that, but I really challenged them to take it to another level in the second half, and I think we really did. I think our guys really cranked that up at halftime, you know, and did the things that you need to do to win a game, put together a huge drive to start the second half, managed the game, were able to control, did a good job controlling the line of scrimmage. That's an excellent team we just played in Kentucky. I mean, I still, you know, you watch them and on film, the plays that they have, the scheme they have, they got good players, they got really good players, and I know Mark does a good job. And obviously, like we talk about home field advantage, our fans gave us that home field advantage today, and I thought it was a great atmosphere, and I think that's one of the big factors. Obviously, being able to play at home in the SEC gives you a big edge, and it certainly helped today.
Hey Dan, Kentucky really challenged the defensive backs down the field, and they made some nice plays. What were your thoughts on those guys, especially with safeties?
I thought they did. I thought you know, especially like you said, the safeties. I said there were some times they took some shots, and it was one-on-one and 50-50 balls, and we won the 50-50 balls today. And I think that's a big deal in a game. You know, I think you're going to go look back on it, both sides of it. I think offensively we won some one-on-one 50-50 balls today. And I think that obviously is a huge deal in the course of the game, and to win those, make those plays. I think, like, you know, even the linebackers, Willie Gay's play right before halftime on the 3rd and 1. They take a shot down the field, and you know, really changes the game, gives us momentum to go down and score it. And then we get the ball to start the second half. It's a big play.
Not to jinx you, Coach, but the running backs in the running game is not drop the fumble.
Then why are you talking about it? It's nothing to do with it. Protect the
Talk about the ball security.
Claw the ball, okay? Put it in, lock the elbow, keep it high and tight to the body, take care of the ball. You protect the ball, you can play. You don't protect the ball, you can't play. So I guess they like playing. They choose playing over not playing, so they do a nice stuff. You know, that's just something you're working on every day, obviously.
Coach, how would you describe this? So overall, as a team, the performance and the win, the total of the whole.
I thought, you know, all 3 phases a very solid day in all 3 phases. You know, against a really good team, and you know, we're able to kind of take them out of what makes them comfortable and put pressure on them, and I think, you know, part of it, obviously, the first drive getting a lead, you want to start with the lead. You have 2 teams that like to run the ball, run play action. Control the pace of the game, and I think, you know, that first drive helped us, and getting up early really helped us be the pace setters of the game on our side.
Coach, did you evaluate Nick's play today?
I thought he did a really good job. You know, he made some great plays. I think he missed a couple. You know, it was like, you know, I tell him it's one of those, you know, 6 to 12-inch days. You know, where he was, I thought, great reads, great checks, got us into the right play, managed the game, didn't take, you know, checked it down, was it? And then on a couple of throws, we were about 6 to 12 inches off. If you could take that ball and move it about 6 to 12 inches somewhere, like in a different direction, he probably would have, you know, had a couple of more touchdown passes even. So, but I think that's the consistency and the performance that he continues to improve on. But I was pleased with his decision making all day and his play making, and you know, even I think a lot of people just managing the game and to getting us into the right checks and the right plays, and, you know, how to use the clock, how to manage the game against the defense, when to take a shot down the field, when to check it down. Those are things that really go unnoticed, that, you know, he doesn't get some credit for, that I really see him improving.
Montez Sweat was in the backfield a lot today. Just what's he added to this defense?
Well, a bunch. I challenge those guys, especially. We need to get some pass rush. I thought the first half we weren't getting a great pass rush, you know, and you know, and Stephen Johnson was able to sit back there, you know, have a little bit more time to make decisions and throw the ball. You know, and so second half, obviously having the lead helps, but you know, I challenge those guys to really go get after the quarterback, and Montez did a great job of that. He was one of the guys, but I think our D-line as a whole kind of really picked it up and got after the quarterback there in the second half.
The offensive line was dominant throughout today. What did you see them doing well, and did them executing multiple, I guess, schemes the way they did kind of wear down their defense over time?
Well, yeah, I think, another big one, I thought we had a decent day on third down, and that enabled us to stay on the field, which enables you to stick with the running game. And, you're seeing a bunch that's, seeing a lot of young guys start to grow up out there on the field for us. And, with the offensive line, it'll be good. We should have Martinez Rankin back this week. We're hoping, so that's going to, just that's certainly going to help adding to it, with the direction the offensive line's heading in. But I love how those guys are starting to grow, and obviously how our backs are running the ball. I know statistically, you look at the quarterbacks, statistically got some running numbers today, but really, it's the Workman and it's the Aris Williams pound, 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 offensive line, pound, pound, that opens up the bigger hits for the quarterbacks out there. So I think it's the consistency of the tailbacks running the ball that's really helped open it up for the quarterbacks. And the offensive line doing a really good job of that. And being able to stay on the field allows you to be patient with the run game.
Coach, in your 2 losses, a lot of big chunk plays. I think there are only 2 plays today with over 20 yards. What has happened there? What do you see?
Well, we're not making a lot of mental errors. I go back to the first play of the Georgia game. We're in cover 3. Okay, that means we should have a guy standing in the middle of the field. Both safeties inverted down. I guess, unfortunately, if they both messed up the other way, both rolled to the middle of the field, we probably would have had a pick because we would have had 2 guys messed up standing right where they threw the ball. But just those mental errors of the guys learning the defense, growing into the defense, the attention to detail at practice. Obviously, our coaches, I think, are doing a great job putting them in a good situation. Todd is, and I think our guys are learning the defense and playing more confident every single week.
Threw 5 times on the first possession, the touchdown drive, and completed all 5 of those passes. What was it that made you want to go that direction?
Well, I think we wanted to be able to stay balanced, and you knew coming into the game they're a great run defense, and they're going to try to stop the run. We wanted to get some early confidence, put a score up early, so just trying to loosen them up at times, to make sure that we stay balanced and not be stubborn, just force the run, and especially early in the game, keep them. If we could keep 50-50 on them, they can't load up to stop the run, and and then as the game goes on, we can try to wear them down a little bit.
How has the offensive line grown since the bye week?
Well, I think a lot. I mean, you're looking at, I'm going to start 2 freshman tackles, early, basically on the road in the SEC, and that's a tough environment, and a bunch of, in the last couple games, we don't have a senior playing on the offensive line, so. Those guys are just starting to get a little bit more experience, getting comfortable. The more you play, the more comfortable you are with stuff that happens on the field. And, because, it sounds easy, hey, you just block him. Well, guess what? They're moving, they're stemming, they're blitzing, they're all over the place. They got really good players, too, on the other side of the ball coming after you. That it's important that those guys, they start to gain that confidence in what they're doing on the field and more confident to execute the offense.
Keith Nixon doesn't play. Gabe Malik goes out. Do you have an update on those guys?
Yeah, Keith should be back next week. We're hoping. I think we were told he could play in an emergency situation if we had to today, and I didn't really see that. Gabe was good to go. Came back. I think they said Gabe would be fine coming back. Corey Thomas, I don't think played today. The plan was. Again, he was cleared in an emergency to play, but the great thing by him not being on the field is talking to Dan and the training staff is, hey, if we can not play him today, he can be getting closer to being 100% next week, which we'd like to have him back and playing, because that's a big force for us inside to have him back on the field.
That it?
Good.
All right.
Great job, everybody.